Hello everyone, it's good to see you all again. Today we're doing another VOD review. This time it'll be for Icyy, the guy who edits all these videos. So huge shout out to Icyy. His links are in the description of my videos. Please go check him out. He has his own channel and nothing I'm doing would be possible without him. So, you know, he's a real important piece to basically everything I do. So thank you so much, Icyy. Now I'm going to roast you. Also, I'm here with Ash. That's our special guest for the day. He says hello. Alright. Now, let's get into the VOD review, everybody. He's just going to be chilling here with us, just so you all know. Okay. So, right away, some things to take note of. We are here on Hollywood as Soldier 76. We have Hanzo, we have Ryan Zarya, we have the Baptiste. So in this comp, our job, let me turn this down a little bit here, it's a bit loud. So in this comp, our goal is very simple: break shields with the Hanzo and just kind of hold high grounds, protect our BAP, do all that sort of stuff. Let me bring this out just a bit. There we go. Protect the BAP, protect the general backline here. You don't have to worry about your Lucio so much, but okay, so we lose the Hanzo quickly. We go for a trade here. So right now, because we're down at DPS, we can't be wasting a lot of time. You know, when I said that, I was talking more about the rotation here, which we'll get to in a second. Okay, so we managed to take the high ground, which is good. Good focus on the Zen. Great tracking. Looking good so far. Needs to watch out for the hog. Okay, so what I was getting to before we went AFK, obviously going AFK is not a great thing, but sometimes it happens, you know. Icyy is one of those people that has a real life, so you know, I'm sure something important took his attention away for a sec. But outside of that, if I was playing this position, taking the AFK bit out of it, I would be focusing more on breaking the shield and swinging out this way so that I can push them back and make them have to use cooldowns and stuff to actually take the space. That gives my Hanzo a bit of time to come back, gives me some room to sort of just mess around and manipulate the fight to my advantage. If I'm constantly going up here, fighting the Genji, dropping and rotating like this, that's time wasted, right? You can't fight the other team while you're doing all of that. So you need to be smart about how you are positioning, how you're rotating. You don't want to spend too much time when your other DPS is down, because you're needed to really carry all the load of your damage. So in this case, playing closer to your team is important. You don't have to be all the way up and like in their face or whatever, but you can swing out this way. That lets you poke at the Genji and keep track of him, because being up here in this range is not going to be good for you on Soldier. It's going to be really hard for you to track this Genji when he's double jumping all around your head. And he has a Mercy Pocket and a Harmony Orb. So it's better to just come back over this way. Focus on breaking the shield, like I said before, and just stall and buy some time, right? Even if you don't get a trade for a pick, you can still sit in this position, break their shields, and force them to back up by just doing a ton of damage and forcing them to heal. Because they're on Zen Mercy, they won't be able to heal very quickly. Gives you time for the Hanzo to come back. So that's really what the goal should be, is just kind of buy some time until your Hanzo is back and ready to help you out. Okay, moving on to the next life. So we're dropping some picks here as people are kind of getting back into the fight. It happens. That's a good trade. His aim is pretty good, chat. I've told him this before. He has pretty decent aim. I just think in general he could be a little bit smarter about how he plays things. So that's a good little hook break right there. We're looking good. Definitely want to hide here. Ooh. Okay, good. That was well played. Managed to get the pick there off of some good rockets. We're doing lots of damage here. Walking up a bit. I'd like to see you be a little bit more conservative with your heal pad. You use it very quickly. I think if you spend some time and really try to milk it, like wait for a long time until you use it, basically, you'll be able to get more value out of it. Also, running here, run back and forth to try to throw the Genji's aim off. You can like sprint in every direction, so you can kind of snake around and stuff to try to avoid damage. But yeah, definitely wish you had heal pad walking up there. Outside of that, not a lot you can do. We want to take high ground here. So if you know you want to take high ground, it's better to come out of this door because it lets you secure angles one at a time better, right? So when you know where you want to go, I can see you really want to go to this elevator, right? Which is in my mind saying that you want to take the high ground. You want to come out this way because it lets you check the alley first and play at your range. And then it lets you sort of take some space away from the roof before you go up. And then you have a little bit of high ground to keep working up and then drop down. You also have this mega over here. If you do that, you avoid the problem you just ran into, which is like, one, you have to watch this angle. You also have to watch that angle, and you have to be pushing and taking the space here. This is too much stuff to clear all at once. You want to section out everything you have to clear so you can like clear angles one at a time, right? So angle 1, angle 2, angle 3, angle 4, over here, take the high ground. Because then you don't have a bunch of stuff to overwhelm you at the same time. Okay. So we have visor. Looks like he was thinking about rolling out right side, and then he heard the shatter, and is like, I just want to get involved in this fight. Which is a pretty good call, I think. So nothing you could have done about that hog. I probably wouldn't have expected him to be there either. One thing I will say, though. Against armored targets, always use your rockets first. And the reason why is because the way damage is calculated in Overwatch. Let me actually just how armor works, because before I look it up, just so you know, I do know this. Every time you hit someone with a shot, it reduces the damage it does by a certain percentage up to a maximum of 5, right? So, but that's only it can only go up to 5. So stuff that does like 2 damage per shot, right, is absolutely rolled by armor. Stuff that does like 150 damage, it just gets reduced by that 5, right? So for someone who's doing, you know, let's say it reduces damage by half, right? If you're doing 2 damage per shot, right, to get to 150, you need to hit something 75 times, right? So that means that your damage is getting reduced to 75, right? But if you hit someone with one 150 damage shot, right, and they have that maximum of 5 damage reduced, you're actually going to do 145 damage to them, right? So you can see that when you're shooting at an armored target, especially on soldier, each shot is going to be reduced by armor, right? So it's better to start with your rockets because you can chunk a lot of that armor off and start doing your full damage right away. So like, you know, when you started shooting this Orisa, for example, here she's trance, so it doesn't matter. As soon as the trance is over, though, I'd be going for rockets there. As for the hog, though, can't really do much about that. Okay, so your team is stabilizing, it looks like, maybe. You lost your Rhine. You might be able to get the soldier. Rocket E visor is how you play it. This hog is really focusing you. Okay. So now when we come back from spawns, we have to keep that in mind. This guy is definitely like he likes to do spawn camp hog. This is good. Okay. You know, I'm not super upset with that visor. I would have peeked first and seen if I could have just gotten a regular kill. You know there's one on cart, which is why he visored here. But I think if you had just peeked without this visor, you could have secured that kill, knowing how your aim is. That being said, I'm not that upset. I just think you could have used your visor for something else, probably. So again, right there, right? That Orisa definitely did not take as much damage as she could have if you had started with rockets. Now, when I'm fighting targets that aren't armored, I do like to save my rockets for a finishing blow, or for when they like are in a bad position and I can get an easy rocket. So it is different when you're shooting someone that doesn't have armor, so that might throw some people off to try to remember to use that trick, but it's definitely a good one to have in your pocket. Okay, we're doing good damage here. So again, didn't really need to use that, I don't think. Your BAP, he could just heal himself. You did heal him for a little bit, but you want to kind of have that in case you really need it. Okay, we're antied now. So we used it while we're antied, so we're not getting the full value out of it already. We've already limited its potential. Okay, that bongo needs to go first. Good. Focusing the bongo first. Smart. Anytime you can break a bongo, you always should. It's a really important thing to do. Bongo is like such a priority for focus in terms of target focus. Unless it's just like in a terrible spot, but... Okay, we have another visor here. You heard their reflex. Okay, this is a decent visor. I like that you're not overcommitting to it and trying to take a bunch of forward position. Try to... Whenever your visor is ending, try to get the reload off. Because visor increases your reload speed, right? So whenever I'm visoring, I have kind of a sense for when my visor is just about to end, right? And I can also look and see if I'm not shooting at anything in particular. It's not like you have to aim really hard when you're visoring. So I'll watch this bar, and when it gets to like here, I'll start my reload. That way I can get the fast reload off. Okay, this is good. We got beat. I would not be shooting the Genji though. You have beat. Go for the picks on other stuff. Just in case like your team doesn't help you focus him. You know what I mean? Because then you can look to get trades and stuff like that, and that's a lot more consistent than trying to go for the Genji there. You could have killed their Ana or their McCree. Okay, we gotta be careful about this position now. Nice. Okay, we rotated to a further back position. This is good. Yeah, you're kind of done no matter what there. Yeah, kind of unlucky. The only chance you had was dropping towards your Baptiste and hoping, or like towards your tanks and hoping that an M-ward appears. But yeah. Okay, so we're retaking the position. This is good on this Mercy. Not bad. You can put this heal pad further over. If you would put it just right here, you could swing out and still have it like sort of reaching you. Because you put it all the way over there, it doesn't really help you right where you're standing. Try to keep that in mind. Whenever you're about to take a heal, a corner back, put the heal pad a little bit closer to the corner. Nice, that's their flash gone. That was pretty good movement there. You backed off right on time. Okay, they burnt res for that. Your team can probably come back and fight this. So far, I like the positions you're playing. You're taking really good high grounds, playing the high grounds well. Nice, so we traded those two picks. We actually have an advantage here now. Because we have spawn advantage, we need to be smart about how we play this right now. Good, going back for heals and spawn. But no more touches, unfortunately. Your team actually had an advantage there. I probably would have stayed and tried to slow things down so they can't push my team as easily. It was good to go get health there, but at the same time, I don't think you had the time to go and get health. You needed to just like put them down to low HP so they can't push very easily. That way your team has time to stabilize and come back. Again, kind of goes back to the point one thing we talked about where you're buying time for people to get back to you. Okay, we're on Tracer now. Going around the flank. Ash just passed out. Looking good. Gotta just be careful with this Genji, that's all, but... Okay, we had to use our recall there because of the anti-nade. Not optimal, but does happen. Okay, we're starting to kind of try to work our way in here. I think working your way in at the same time as the rest of your team and from the same angle isn't great because you're so much more likely to just take like poke damage. Okay, so we are currently struggling with a lack of planning on Tracer. What the? Is that? Oh, that was probably the Tracer scan. I was like, what was that sound? So, it looked like we didn't really know where we were gonna go, how we were gonna get there, what our plan was, you know, anything like that when we came in here. Yeah, that's what it was the melee sound. I would have, as soon as I saw my team rotating this way, I would have either opted to go high ground and like be ready to drop down on somebody, then you can recall back up, or I would have gone back around this way to get ready for that fight, and then look to pick on their McCree or their Ana after your team pushes up and distracts them. Yeah, you need to break this bongo before you focus at Orisa. I missed pulse bomb, it happens, but that bongo was like definitely the thing you should have focused there since you had the chance to. Honestly, even using pulse bomb on it is fine. If you wanted to really go try to clip that Orisa, pulse bomb the bongo and really commit to fighting the Orisa there. But every second that bongo stays up, it's like, it's big. Okay, so we're on Echo now. Echo's going to be a little weird into your comp. You're not going to get much heals in the air because you don't have a Zen or a Mercy to give you like aimbot heals. So gotta be smart about this. Nice. Good ult charge from that. Just gonna probably go up and do it one more time. Nice. Ooh. Okay, I'm not upset with you committing there because that McCree turned around and your team walked in. I'm not sure if you actually planned that or not. If you didn't plan that, that was bad. Don't get greedy. But I'm not upset because, like I said, if you did plan it, then you would have seen your team starting to come with the lift and you would have gotten them to turn around right on time. The only reason I say that I'm not sure about that is because on one hand, like, I don't think you're a bad player. On the other hand, that's a pretty high level of game sense to be demonstrating at a given time. So kudos to you if it was planned. Okay. So we're back on Soldier. The plan remains the same from first point. Defense. Pop their shields, put things down to half health, create some room for your Hanzo. Okay, I mean, Nano Blade, it happens. That was a good rocket. You landed a really solid rocket on him, that's for sure. Okay, coming back from spawn. Are we switching again? Hope not. We need to be a little bit more certain about our heroes here. Kind of wasting ult charge. We've had a lot of downtime because of this the way we've been playing this point. This is good. Can't quite get that. Good recall. Yep, nice. He has no reflect now. You have bubble. Big. That guy is chasing you poorly. Oh, uh-oh. Oh my god. That was spooky. Not gonna lie to you, Icyy. A little bit spooky. We didn't show very high knowledge of the of the map in that moment, but it's okay. Okay, looking good so far. We're rolling. Ooh, we're set up in a good position here. That ball saw you though. Oh, don't get shot. Okay, nice. What's behind you? Oh, a tracer. Okay, so update on what our goal is. They have a wrecking ball now, so you're gonna want to definitely poke him down and keep him from doing anything. Good pulse. Use pulses for grabs and keep this McCree in check. Thing is, ever since they increased Tracer's fall off range, I've always felt like she was way better at fighting McCree now. The only exception is when a McCree is hiding with supports, so you have to be smart about when you engage him, but like if you can catch him in a 1v1, it's good. Okay, now you need to chase this Doom. This is good. This Doom is focusing on you for some reason or another. I don't know if you were trash talking him or what, but that guy really wants to kill you here. Take more time with your clips. Like, make sure you know what you're shooting at. Don't be afraid to stop halfway through a clip to like adjust. It'll save you a lot of time in the long run, make you a lot more efficient. Okay, Torb. Playing a nice wide cast of heroes today, it seems. I like it. I like it. Makes me thinking very much of myself on DPS. Okay, we're poking from the high ground. Need to be careful because they have Hanzo. I don't like this position we're playing anymore. I would have backed off pretty quickly from that. Basically, when I knew they had a Hanzo, I would have been playing safer angles unless I had my E up. Just so you don't get one shot, you know. It's a fine turret spot. Catch the people who swing, make them do a 180 to break it. It's a classic right there. And it covers the flank a little bit. Okay, grab some more health. Yeah, I don't like how much time we've kind of wasted with this pick so far. We're not being smart about like how we're playing in the fights and stuff. Oh, see, now we're owning though. So see, we came in for good cleanup, but like I said, I don't like how we weren't super involved in the fight itself until the very ending bits of it, you know. We didn't do a ton of spamming. We didn't like get insane amounts of value until just then. Okay, your team is still fighting this, so you should be getting back soon. We set up in a nice similar position to before. Yeah, I mean, like I said, you did great on the cleanup there, but I think that was cutting it way closer than it should have been. I think if you were more involved with your team during that hold, you probably wouldn't have even needed to push for more than a tick. Maybe two, but either way, you did good at least cleaning up the fight. Okay, we lost our Rhine. We have a lot more time than they did for their defense, so if I'm you, I'm just poking and building ult charge here. One blizzard is all you need to like seal the deal here. And now I would not be poking for ult charge because you don't want to stagger and you have a pick. Okay, that's their res. Yeah, see, I'd be more worried about that Hanzo. We're peeking at the wrong times. Now our team is fighting without us, which isn't good. We need to stop this momentum very quickly if we want to have a chance to push in and win this. Okay. So yeah, we just need to build... We have our BAP ult. We need to get a good wall and go from there. One good wall is all it takes. That's fine right there. Drop the wall. Nice. We dropped the wall. Spamming to keep this Ana from peeking and this Hanzo. Nice. We have another wall. Another wall right here would be big. Okay, we really need to get better walls. Bring them closer just a bit. The timing and like the idea is there, but the walls aren't close enough. That's the only issue. Yeah. I think that if you had been a little bit more efficient in the past 2 rounds, this was definitely a winnable game in my eyes, at least. I don't think you played super poorly. Just, you know, try to be engaged in the fight for as much time as possible. You don't want to spend a lot of time rotating in and out of different positions, and you don't need to be afraid of like not taking the best position if it means you can stick with your team and be involved in the fight. Because if you're in the best position in a 1v6, it doesn't matter, right? So I think being better about your timing for your rotation and some very like small hero adjustments, like on soldier, making sure that you use your heal pad more conservatively, or for you know, I just had the other one that I've completely forgotten. Oh please, come on. For Tracer, having better planning on your engagements and stuff like that, and just in general sort of having a better idea of what you're doing on Tracer and what your goals are. I think if you had that sort of set up in your mind, oh, and on May having closer walls, that was the one I was thinking of, that will help you sort of win more games, and it definitely would have helped you win this game, because this was a very close game. I think having those things aligned would have pushed you just over the edge and gotten you this win, but nice try anyway. Okay, well, that's all. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did and you want one for yourself, please feel free to use my my coaching link. You can find it in the description, and you can find it on my Twitch. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will I'll catch you guys all in the next video. Take care.